So, in case you missed it, what was a covert war on the middle class has now become an overt war on the middle class. The smart liberals knew all along that the Republicans were waging a stealth war against the lower classes, against labor, people who work for a living. We knew for a long time that they weren't interested in the security of working people. They were only interested in the security of the extremely wealthy, the powerful people who fund their campaigns and who dictate what policies we should adopt and which policies we should discard, what regulations we need, what subsidies they need, and what regulations we should just ignore, okay? So the wealthy and the powerful are buying up government as fast as they can, and it's starting with the Republicans. The Republicans are lock, stock, and barrel owned and operated by the wealthy in this country. And they're waging a war against labor. It's plain and simple. It used to be covert. It used to be conducted through stealth and misinformation and lies. Now it's out in the open and there's no denying it. They have no explanation. They can't even come up with lies to defend what they're doing. There's no debate on it. There's absolutely no debate. They can't justify what they're doing at all. It's just they're doing the bidding of their corporate masters. And it's out in the open now. It's out in the open now. You know, and it's all done under the ruse that we're in some sort of financial crisis, and that everyone has to make sacrifices. You know who hasn't made any sacrifices at all? Who hasn't made a single sacrifice? The wealthy in this country. You know what they got? Even though they are the ones, a very large percentage of them, the ones on Wall Street, the wealthiest executives are responsible for the fraud and abuse and the way that this country has been led down a one-way road to oblivion. They created the financial meltdown. Even though they created a large part of this mess, they're not being asked to bear any of the burden. They're not being asked to sacrifice a penny. No, we've extended the Bush tax cuts for another 2 years for these people, okay? They're not being asked to suffer at all, okay? All the burden is being pushed onto labor. It's all being pushed onto the least powerful. And you know that for a fact. And the reason why these Republican toadies want unions eliminated is because they know that will make labor powerless. Powerless to defend itself against corporations who only want cheaper and cheaper labor, okay? They don't care what happens to the middle class in this country. They don't care at all. It's an overt war against the middle class now. And either you're going to fight back or you're going to take it, okay? And when you know, the financial crisis, if you read Naomi Klein's shock doctrine, you'll see that this financial crisis is just a ruse. It's just a ruse to try and force people to accept things that they would never accept otherwise, okay? But this whole thing has been completely manufactured. It's been manufactured by the people who created this financial crisis in the first place. It's been manufactured by the Republicans who have insisted on extending the tax cuts. It's been manufactured by governors like Scott Walker who dish out huge tax breaks for corporations, okay? It's been manufactured. Who's being asked to bear the brunt of the sacrifices for this country? It's been labor. It hasn't been the wealthy at all. They haven't sacrificed 1 cent, okay? They haven't done a fucking thing except lead this country down the one-way road to ruin with our ridiculous foreign policy, our ridiculous economic policy, our trade policy. It's all been completely ruinous, all right? So as far as the CEO of NPR and these comments that James O'Keefe recorded, you know, oh my God, you recorded someone actually telling the truth? It shows how perverted media is when people get fired for telling the truth. It's just the Tea Party. The Tea Party are a collection of useful idiots for the corporate elite. Okay, and they're anti-intellectual, absolutely anti-intellectual. They refer to intellectuals as liberal elites who think they're better than everyone else because they're smarter. Okay. Well, let me clue you in. Liberal elites are smarter. We're much smarter than the Tea Party. We're smart enough not to be fooled by the bullshit that corporations wave in front of our faces, unlike other people I can name. So, that's all I'm going to say for now. I'm sure you'll have fun with this one.